Hey family, hey y'all. How y'all doing this morning? I thought I'd get on here and connect with you all. It's been probably 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know, maybe a month since I've done a live stream. So I wanted to get on here to connect with you all and talk a little bit about some stuff that's been happening and some things I also wanted to get off my chest. And for those of you that are getting into my chat room and everything, I kind of want to know how you feel too about the topics that I'm going to discuss this morning. And I'll be on here for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. So I'm just going to get right into it. Once you start getting them to my chat, you guys, if you can let me know if you can hear me all right and everything like that, that'd be great. And so what I wanted to basically talk about is my thoughts about the whole Kenneka Jenkins situation. And I know everybody's talking about it. And I just wanted to put my 2 cents on it, or what I was picking up on it and everything like that. And, I really didn't want to get into discussing it because I feel like it's something that's so close to home with me, and connected with my Chi-Town people and everything. And you know what? One thing about Chicago is that um, our Black children are looked at as less than in most of the Chicago Police Department's eyes, and that's because a lot of our Black babies are in gangs and things like that and do a lot of things. And so it's like, to me, they have become, I would say even unhumanized in the eyes of, the majority of the Chicago Police Department. I hate to just group the whole police department in one group, but just from what I know and what I've seen and everything like that, it's a war going on between the gangs in Chicago, okay? And, also the police department. I mean, it's people getting killed every day, every day, every day. And it's so of the norm is that a lot of us, we have become uh, desensitized, or, we become numb to it because it's just something that, we were expect, and even though social media is taking this seriously, with the whole situation with Kenneka Jenkins, this tragic situation, and also the Black community or the African American community is in this country as a whole, and even just entirely the whole world is looking at this situation, and even though they see this as a serious situation, which it really is. Okay, I don't condone for any child to be murdered, okay, or to be hurt and their case not be taken seriously. But you have to understand the way the mindset of a lot of these Chicago police, the way that they're trained, and just their situations dealing with these gangs and stuff. It's not anything like serious or new to them. The only reason why they're really trying to, I feel, do something now is because there is such an outcry with not only just the Black community here in Chicago, not only just Black people in general, but it's an outcry with white America, with any other race and nationality. And I hate to try to make a difference because I'm trying to grow as a person myself. Me being old school, I was raised that there is a difference in races and things like that, and there are physical things, there are cultural things, of course, that are different. But at the end of the day, we are all still human beings. Okay, at the end of the day, we all still make mistakes and we grow from them and we learn from them at the end of the day. And hey, you guys, I'm glad you can hear me. We got Seth Yun. Please correct me if I'm wrong. That's Sethunia Aurora Queen. Then we got Pinky Hollywood. And hey, Kenyatta, I'm glad you connecting with me this morning. And for everybody else that's watching and everything like that. And so I want to get a little bit into this whole thing with what I'm feeling that happened, with Kenneka. And of course, like I said, this is a tragic situation, and it definitely touched me, not only because she is from Chicago, but because of just how young she is. And, I have nieces, I have cousins her age, you know, and it could have happened to any of my family, this tragic situation. I mean, of course, you all that know me know that I have had tragic situations happen in my family, with gun violence and things like that, and losing people in my family, that were a part of gangs, and also I've admitted, about my own past and my own personal life being involved with street gangs and things like that. And when you're a part of that life, when you're a part of that party life and that trap life, anything could happen. You can lose your life at any minute. Okay. And just from what I was seeing and everything, they were so high, on drugs and alcohol. And, with alcohol, you're dealing with a certain type of spirit anyway. Okay. They don't call it wine and spirits for nothing. Okay. When you are drinking alcohol, you're opening up yourself to, certain spirits, certain entities, you know, um, certain beings that normally you would not. That's why a lot of people that get drunk, or, they go on binge drinking, they don't remember what happened to them the day before, because they were inhabited by another spirit or another entity. I mean, of course, they were in their body, because they're not dead. They were in their body, but their body, basically became taken over by a different, host, a different spirit. Like I said, they don't call it wine or spirits for nothing, and in the social world, of course, they're just saying, oh, well, alcohol, it affects the brain and it's a chemical imbalance. So you just black out, and that's that. But no, like most of the times when these people are that drunk, they don't black out, Um, they keep going and they do things that they wouldn't normally do, or they have no explanation of. Okay, so we have these young people that are getting high and drunk like that. And, with music contains a certain frequency, a certain vibration and energy that also allows in certain types of entities, or certain type, like I said, of energy as well. So if you're listening to a lot of angry type music, gang banging type of music, I mean, you're gonna, feel that vibration. I mean, this is what your energy is going to put off. Just like if you're listening to a lot of love music or something that, or positive music, you're going to be thinking more along the line of, more positivity, love, and different things like that. So, you have these young people listening to all this stuff, and then, they're opening themselves up to all these vibrations. And so now here you got a recipe basically for disaster. And, from what I was seeing with the whole situation with Kenneka Jenkins is that, it was a situation that got out of hand. I do believe that she was assaulted, and I do believe that these little young guys or whatever, that they were partying with, they were some goons from Chicago. Because for those of you that are in Chicago, you all know that that's one thing you don't want to do, is hurt a Chicago goon's feelings, because these young boys are so in their feelings, they can't take rejection. If you tell them you don't want to talk to them, or you don't want to deal with them, they get all up in their feelings, and they want to fight you. They want to kill you and all that because they got their little feelings hurt. You know, we're dealing with a type of younger generation that is now I wouldn't say the whole generation, but we're definitely dealing with a different type of younger generation here. Okay. And especially for the young ones in Chicago, because they don't value life. Not all, but like I said, the majority, especially ones who are in the gangs and stuff like that, because they feel they have nothing to lose. And that's the reason why I don't deal with a lot of people personally from Chicago, okay? Because it's like, and a lot of people like me don't. A lot of the old school people, we don't do business a lot in the cities and in the urban areas. We, do our business. We live out, in the suburbs. We don't want to be a part of that mess, because like you could just be walking to the street, to get you a burger, and you come out, and the next minute, somebody getting shot right in front of you. And like I said, I got tired of that. Like I said, I've had a friend get shot in front of me, get his brains blowed out. And, I don't want to have any of that type of lifestyle around me anymore. Okay. And it comes to a point where you get tired of it. I can honestly say there's all type of spirits. There's all type of demons, whatever you want to call them, entities. There's a lot of people in Chicago that do black magic. No matter if y'all believe it or not. Now, I know that there's a high population of people that go to the church or whatever, they're part of the church or whatever, but that's all fake and phony. That's all fake and phony. There are a lot of people in Chicago that do black magic. You know what I'm saying? That call up on these certain spirits, but they don't use it for justice. They don't, call upon these spirits to help them. They call upon these spirits to basically give them power, to take other people out, to take gangs out and do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I can tell you guys all type of stories, but I don't want to freak you out. And then, getting back to the whole thing with Kenneka Jenkins and everything, I just, it's all gonna come out. It's all gonna come out. We're not gonna hear about every little thing that happened, but it's all gonna come out. It's all gonna come out. And like I said, I do feel like she was taken advantage of. And the friends, those girls that she was with, there was a lot of jealousy there. There was a lot of hate there or whatever. They were not her real friends. They left her for dead. And I really do feel like she wasn't all the way dead whenever they put her in that freezer. Like, she was just barely hanging on to life. I don't believe that she was completely dead. You know what I'm saying? That, when they put her in that freezer or whatever. So, like I said, that's all going to come out in the autopsy report, but we're going to miss some little things about, the details, because no one's really going to know without that video, except for the people that were there. And to be honest with you, with the energy that I got with what was going on, it was that there was other, dark spirits and entities involved with it. So the guys that were actually, taking advantage of her or whatever, and even with her friends not caring and stuff like that, it's a lot that they're not going to remember and things like that. It's going to be one of those things that's very confusing. I do feel like they're going to try to, hold it against those girls and stuff like that. But, another thing too, you have to understand that those girls are still very young. They're still very impressionable. And this is going to affect their lives too until the day that they die. This is going to affect their lives until the day that they die, because it has become so public and everything. And it's going to be hard for them to have a normal type of life, to get a job or, anything like that. It's going to be really, really hard. They're going to need help. And what's so sad about it is that the mother, she'll never get her baby back. That's what's really sad. you know. And like I said, there'll be some things come out, but there's gonna be some things that we're not gonna ever know, and there's some because they're, you know, it is what it is. Because a lot of stuff they're not gonna remember what happened, and a lot of stuff, they didn't take the video, and then I do feel like that there's some stuff that's recorded that they just didn't want to show. There's some covering up going on, and because there's some people in high places with some money, that's watching out for someone, one of these people and everything like that that was involved, and just the whole fact that it was done at this place, this place of establishment, it's a lot going on, so yeah, we'll find out some things with the autopsy, but we're not gonna know everything. Yeah, we're just they're not gonna tell us everything, you know. And it was just hard for me because I tried to stay away from the topic, but it was something that would just it hit home with me and everything, and I just wanted to talk about it. I feel like I've connected to, her spirit and everything like that, but it's just so heartbreaking that, I don't, it's something that I really don't want to deal with because it is so close to home for me. But like I said, I wrote in my blog a few days ago, just you have to be careful with who your friends are, who you call your friends, because the people that you hang out with, a lot of times they're jealous of you. They don't care nothing about you. They basically want to see you fail. And that goes into another topic that I wanted to talk about, which was not in the title, but there was a young witch in one of these groups where she's very gifted and she's becoming more popular and stuff like that. And so, you have these people who've attached themselves to her, and they're really not her friends and stuff like that. But sometimes you can't tell people stuff. They have to experience life, real life on their own. They have to experience things on their own. And so that's what Spirit was telling me to just, let her experience these things on her own, because if you try to tell her too much or try to help her too much, she might be thinking the wrong thing about you too. So there are some things that she's going to have to experience on her own, and then she got, this bad report, written about her. And I felt really bad about her because, I know that she wasn't a fake, I know that she's real. And, it just goes to show you, and it was a circle of her so-called friends that knew her or that she had associated with, that got together and wrote it up about her, which is sad, but that's some of the things that happen. And like I said, when people come against you like that, they're your friends and stuff like that. A lot of times the way the universe works, it's all of the bad stuff that they did to you. It's because you're going to get a blessing out of it, and you're going to learn something from it. And which is another thing I wanted to get right into. If you guys have any questions about what I was speaking about, the whole Kenneka Jenkins situation, you would, just, leave a message in the chat, and I'm going to go through it in a few minutes and answer your questions. And so this topic, what I really wanted to get into about as well, is uh, witches stealing spells and hoodoo recipes. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. Okay. Now, I don't know, but all of a sudden, there's a big thing on the internet and in these groups, okay, about witches stealing other witches' spells and recipes, okay? And what I would have to say about that is that if you have a spell or a recipe that you're concerned about someone stealing or using, please don't share it on the internet. Just, don't share it on the internet. Keep it to yourself, because if you share that recipe on the internet, you're sharing it for the whole world, to use it. And then you're going to have people that make YouTube videos about it. I'm not going to lie. Okay. The whole feces spell, that's not my original spell, but the way that I did it in my video, and that's my way of how I do the feces spell. Okay. So a lot of people, they're not going to give you credit to a spell that was, invented or created like centuries ago. Like the feces spell has been around since they started doing spells. Okay, you guys, it's not something that, anybody from this century woke up this morning and said, hey, I know what, let me do a feces spell. And then, they take credit for it. Okay, you could take credit for it if you're doing a feces spell and maybe you chopped up a bee or something in it. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe you chopped up a finger in it or something, and that's making your spell yours. Okay, fine. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you get it copywritten or whatever. Just like with music or whatever, if you're that concerned about your spells, and you also need to notate that in your blog or in your group or in your YouTube videos that you don't want this video, that you don't want this spell shared, and it's your spell, and that if anybody tries to use it, please credit it, or there'll be repercussions or whatever. You need to let people know that, because what you could do is that if you feel like someone from YouTube is stealing your spell, just go to YouTube, flag it, and send them proof that, hey, this is my spell. This person is stealing my spell. If you talk to the person and the person is not responding back to you or whatever, or the person feels that they didn't steal your spell, then, flag it and go to YouTube. And, if you're this serious about your spell, but, I don't know what it is going on with some of these witches out here and stuff like that, because, I know for a fact I got accused for stealing a motherfucking hot foot powder recipe, which I don't know how many hot foot powder recipes it is. Oh, and I also got accused for stealing a 4 Thieves vinegar spell, which I don't know how many 4 Thieves vinegar spells it is out there in the world, but like I said, I know the people that accused me basically was just, a bunch of niggas that, excuse my French and everything, but just a bunch of low life people that used to be a part of my coven. They still watch my videos and everything, and they got a hard on for me, and everything like that. So, but I'm not giving them no shine. I'm not giving them no attention or whatever. But, they tried to start some stuff with me after 3 years, and everything like that. But, you got people like that, especially once you start, getting your name out there, and, you start doing something, and, with your career and your business and everything like that, you're going to get people like that who think that, certain spells are theirs and everything like that. But, if you do feel like it's yours, like I said, make sure you're letting people know that. Don't copy it, and I'll put your mark on it, put your stank on it, your stamp on it, So people be like, oh, okay, well, that's our stuff. I'm not going to deal with it. But what I've noticed is, like, on YouTube, everybody, basically comes up with ideas for, videos for doing spells by what everybody else is doing. It's like, okay, love spell, let me do a love spell. Let me show people how to do love spell my way. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal. Let me do an uncrossing spell. Let me show this person how I do my uncrossing spell. Oh, and as a matter of fact, let me tell you this. I actually did one of my videos for spell work, and I went by this witch's recipe, but I had changed a little bit, and I had told her that I gave her credit in my video. And for those of you that have been following me, you know who I'm talking about. But, like I said, I credited her for giving me the idea to even do the video, and what had happened didn't turn out well. When I credited her for, the video and the spell, she actually got mad at me. So yeah, sometimes crediting other witches, if you see a spell that they do and you want to do a similar spell, or do it your way or whatever, they're going to have a problem with it. And so, like I said, and a lot of people, they don't know anything about crediting people anything, because some people, they don't know anything about it because they didn't graduate from high school, or maybe they didn't go to college or whatever, so they don't know anything about crediting anybody about anything, and they just do the spell. So that's all I'm saying, is that, if you're gonna be out here sharing your work, be prepared for somebody to, piggyback off your spell, or try to do a spell like yours or something similar, because everybody is looking for a lot of the same things to get results, whether it be banishing. There's all different type of banishing spells out there. There's no way that one person's spell is going to be quote unquote so exact the same way. There's going to be some herbs that's different. There's going to be, maybe the candle is different colors. There's going to be something different about each spell. So don't be that witch. Don't be that witch. And like I said, if you're concerned about your workings and all that, then you need to make sure that you're protecting your work if you're going to show it out here on the internet. And that's it. And that's it. Uh-huh. Yeah. So I'm going to get into the chat here. And let's see. Kenyatta says, so true. Music does affect your energy. Yes, it really does. It really does. So if you're out here listening to, you know, whoop that trick, you know what I mean? From that movie Hustle and Flow, whoop that trick, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna go out to work, you're gonna get ready to go to work thinking about, yeah, I'm gonna whoop that trick, and before you know it, you get into it with your boss. You can't whoop your boss now. He pay the bills, he pay the checks. And Carolyn NYC says psychopaths. Uh-huh. And Picky says they're not going to tell the truth. Yeah, they're not going to tell the truth about that whole Kenneka Jenkins situation. They not. They not. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to leave some stuff out. Yes. Kenneka says, I would want to know. Yes. Yes. And Sharina Enigmatically says, hello, beautiful. I totally agree. Yes. Yes. Yes, Kenyatta Foggy says that's only fair, especially since it's not their work. Yes, yes, that's true. That's true. Yes, yes. At least say, I got this spell from such and such and such, you know. But some people they're not gonna do that. That's why I tell some witches, go ahead and make sure you know, let people know that that's your stuff or market or whatever. And Kenyatta says, do you think the video was altered? Mm, to be honest with you, not really. No, no, not really. Like all of that, those shadows and stuff and those people peering behind all that stuff. I think it's real. I think it's real. As far as you're talking about the part when she was, very intoxicated and drunk and getting ready to go into the freezer, right? Well, she kept going in and out of the kitchen. I don't think the original. Well, you know what? I don't think like what they originally showed was altered. But what I do believe is like after it got around on social media and YouTube and the internet, I believe some people was doing some stuff. to alter it. Yeah. And Goddess Light 444 says, what should people do for the new moon? Goddess Light, you know what? Actually, what you could be doing for the new moon is you could be doing some type of rituals or workings to bring in, like new relationships, new job, like maybe a new job or new money. Um, you could be doing something to bring new beginnings into your life. So maybe something that you wanted, maybe if you wanted a relationship with someone, maybe things haven't been going right, you can use that energy to put a spark back into your relationship, to bring new beginnings into that marriage or relationship. Focus on bringing a new friendship in, business as well. The new moon energy is also great for bringing in new money, new business, good new business ideas. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of different things you could be doing with that. Yeah, definitely. Kenyatta said it seems off. Oh yeah, the video. Yeah, yeah, I'm telling you, that's a whole mess right there. My heart really goes out to the family and stuff like that. And yeah, because it seems so uh paranormal, just with the shadows and all of that stuff going on. And but no, that's real. That's real. You know, that's real. I mean, if anything, I'm pretty sure that there might have been like maybe some type of reflection or whatever. But like I said, when you're drinking and stuff like that, and you're dealing with, certain spirits and stuff like that, there's no telling what you might see. Like I said, just being and working do on the spiritual realm, I've seen and experienced all kind of things. And then, when you're in this type of work and you're doing this type of work, just from what I've seen on, the video camera, that doesn't surprise me at all. Um, I know when you're thinking and you're talking about, this physical life and the stuff where you see with the normal eye, I understand that that's something that you may not really would embrace, or it wouldn't truly make any sense that that was true. But video has been picking up a lot of different things, when it comes to the paranormal, and when it comes to spirit and stuff like that. So to me, I don't feel like that there was really altered. It was kind of like what you saw was what you see was what you get with it. With the dark shadows, and then and we're talking about, like I said, we're talking about basically a form of possession. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about on another video, is that there is different forms of spirit possession as well. I know that there's about 3 different forms, and let me see the spirit. I'm gonna see if I can at least read what it says here. There is one that I know, there's a type of spirit possession where you are possessed or you're working with that entity, but it doesn't have complete control over you. It's like what you're doing, and that that entity or that spirit is with you. And then the other type of spirit possession is where the spirit is allowed to act as you, and you as the primary host, the primary spirit that's in your body, You may not know what's going on or whatever when that spirit is inhabiting you. And and that is what I see a lot of what goes on, with a lot of people in Chicago, especially if they're drinking and doing drugs and stuff like that. They may not really realize what's going on, but they're becoming this other, they're allowing this other spirit to basically take over their body, and they're doing it with drugs and alcohol. It is what it is. I know a lot of people may not believe it, but it is what it is. And like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but it goes back to what I was saying with wine and spirits. I mean, even with some of you all that have been drunk or drinking, or maybe you've done drugs or whatever, you feel like you're not even yourself. You say things that you would probably never say. You know what I mean? Like, and some people say, "Oh, that's liquid courage, liquid courage." Yeah, it could be liquid courage, but a lot of times it's not your normal you. It's not you. It's that entity, it's that spirit, you know what I mean? It's talking for you, and that goes into that third type of spirit position, is when the spirit, it just basically takes over your body. And a lot of those people, they have no idea of what's really going on, period. And a lot of that happens in a lot of those third world countries like Africa and stuff like that. Guys, this stuff is true. I know you all may not believe me, you don't understand me right now, but if you Google up and you start doing more research on spirit possession, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And I didn't make this up. I didn't make this up. So yes, yes. And to go back to, with the hoodoo recipes and the witches, stealing recipes and stuff like that, you know, um, we just have to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and our things out here, especially if it's something dear to you. Um, just make sure that you are, watermarking your stuff or copywriting your stuff, you know, and if that person, you feel like someone's stealing from you or whatever, you can confront that person. And um, if they don't respond back to you or whatever, then you can always contact, uh, like YouTube, or I don't know, Facebook or whatever. And if you can prove it that they stole it and they found, saying it or whatever, then they'll remove, your content. And that'll be that. That'll be that. Mm-hmm. So you guys, one thing that we'll be waiting to hear from, which, it's going to probably be a little bit longer, is the autopsy report from Kenneka Jenkins. And, I do believe that it's going to be a shocker. A lot of people is going to have a lot to say about it. And I basically want to leave it there with that. You guys, it was so nice chatting with you this morning. And I am going to have to go about and finish off my day and all of that good stuff. And if you guys want to speak with me directly, my information is in the description box below. And and another thing, I know a lot of you are very, very technically savvy, more than I am, because I just figured out how to do the Google Hangouts in the live stream like a few months ago. So now that makes me like the live stream mistress. I'm the live stream mistress now, okay? But please, if you know how to pull up information or video while doing like this live stream, or maybe I can show a photo or something different while we're doing the live stream. If you have information on how to do it, please contact me at highpriestesskathy@yahoo.com. I would really appreciate it. Maybe I can give you a free gift or something like that, to show my appreciation. And I want to thank you all that have been ordering my kits as well. You guys love the kits. Um, my Love Magic kit, my Money kit, my Protection kit, and my Baneful Magic kits. I have 4 kits, and they all come with my personalized oils that I made. That's organic, made from me, my recipe, and also my I have the Florida water kits. The Florida water kits come with each kit. Okay, so it's kind of like you're getting 2 kits in one. Okay, so you're getting the Florida water spray, the soap, and the water, and you're also getting the Love Magic kit, which is the Love Magic oil that smells so good, and it had roses in it and everything. Oh yeah, and when you guys get your oils, make sure you shake them up real good. And you'll get your candle. You'll get your spiritual bath or your protection bath, which have roses and salts and stuff in it. It's so nice. And yeah, you guys are loving the kits. Please check the description box below and take a look at what I have to offer with my kits at High Priestess Kathy at highpriestesskathy.com, my website, highpriestesskathy.com. And I want to thank you guys for stopping by this morning and everything. And we're going to start doing more live videos. And like I said, the witchy look of the day, I've contacted a few of you, and I believe we got the first 2 weeks already down for our featured witches and spiritualists. And so if I haven't contacted you yet, just know I'm going to contact you. And if you're a spiritualist or a reader and you want to get your name out there and everything, you want to be featured, we have a few more days. So, we only have, 31 days in October. So, if you want to get on, definitely contact me, and all you'll need is your photo, a little bio of you, maybe like your website link or your group link so people know how to find you and check out your products or your services and stuff like that. Then we're just going to continue to have fun. It's an event that me and my brother and sister witches from the Secrets of Conjure Coven, we put on for the past 3 years. This will be our 3rd year, and we're going to have some big names and everything this year, and I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, you guys, if I don't get back with you right away, just give me time, okay, to get back in touch with you, all right? And I love you all. Thank you for your support. And you all have a wonderful morning, all right? Bye-bye.